Yo, and we are live. What's up, everybody? What's up, Stardust? Don't call me Danny. Y'all always quick as hell, man. Tell you the truth, I just woke up from a nap. I just woke up from a nap like 30 minutes ago. And almost didn't want to do this podcast tonight. Almost. And almost didn't want to do it because, well, didn't feel like it. I was sleepy. I didn't want to do it. I woke up from my nap to do this. Let me make sure if all my shit is good. What's up, Jamal? Damn, my shit's taking a little bit longer to get us set up than usual. I don't know if it's my internet or what's going on, but I can't see my own shit. Am I good? Can y'all tell me if y'all can hear me clear and all that? All right, cool. I can hear myself. All right, that's good. Yeah, man. But of course, Royal Flush, Draco Rex, Asian Gambit. Welcome to the round. Well, I keep saying round table, man. I've been doing too many of those. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the winning hand. But yeah, man, quick one tonight, probably an hour long. The only reason why this one would drag out is because of that last topic. I might get a little bit too passionate about it. But I don't really feel like doing one today. Actually, I've been this whole day, man. I've been just chilling, right? I woke up extremely early today, like extremely early, right? Earlier than usual, earlier for a Sunday. Right? I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. That's not early to some motherfuckers. Some motherfuckers wake up at 6, 7 o'clock every day. Am I good now, JK? My fault, man. You know what I mean? Most motherfuckers probably wake up at 6, 7 o'clock every day. I rarely do. I usually like the earliest I wake up is usually like 8 o'clock. I mean, like the earliest I wake up at is 8 o'clock. But I woke up early as hell today, 7 o'clock. Couldn't go back to sleep. Couldn't go back to sleep for whatever reason. Just can't go back to sleep. So got up, do whatever, start playing more Devil May Cry, and listen to 6 podcasts this morning, right? And they were shouting, they were shouting on the podcast. So there's no damn way I couldn't do one tonight. You know what I mean? There's no way I can't do one tonight. These motherfuckers like shouting on the podcast. So of course here we are. And when y'all see Devil May Cry 5 / Sekiro down on the title, I'll tell you why. Okay. Right now, I'm frantically trying to get my fill of Devil May Cry 5 before Sekiro comes out. And I feel like Sekiro is going to be one of those games where I'm just going to be in there. Like, there's nothing else that exists besides Sekiro. For at least like a week or so, probably. It's just going to be in there. From what I understand, it's going to be hard as hell, right? It's going to be hard as hell. So I need time. I need time on that motherfucker. And I can't split that between Devil May Cry 5 and Sekiro. And you know how like people say, once you're out of the honeymoon phase with a video game, you'll start seeing its flaws and you wouldn't like it as much anymore, yada yada yada. Well, the honeymoon phase with Devil May Cry games for me usually is about half a year to a year long. It's not like a week or 2 weeks or a month. It's like half a year to a year long. And I usually play like when a Devil May Cry game come out, I usually play it for at least a solid year, man, just to get really good at it. So I'm just trying to get all my feel, just get as much Devil May Cry shit as I can out the way until Sekiro come out. And I don't know what it is, but some games just speak to me, and Devil May Cry, like it's just one of the series that do. And I'm not gonna spoil nothing. This is not really even a review. I'm just using DMC and Sekiro as a stuff savage, as a jump off point to get to my topic. I like Devil May Cry a whole lot, and I think the reason why I like it is because it's a video game ass video game. You feel me? It's just that's all it is. It's just a fun game. There's no need to go extra with it. no deeper politics behind it, no you know, deep story even. Like none of that shit. It's just a game. And it's just fun. It's just over the top ridiculousness for about 10 to 12 hours. You know? There's nothing more to Devil May Cry than that. Just a whole bunch of ridiculousness for a solid 12 hours. Why can't we just have that? You know, I mean, why does every game have to have a purpose? Have to have a reason, have to have like some deeper impact in your in the way you think, or it has to shed light on some kind of political issue that we have right now. No, it's none of that. Devil May Cry is just there's just a bunch of goofy ass motherfuckers that kill demons. Enjoy yourself to soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy yourself. There's a soundtrack. Just kill motherfuckers over the soundtrack. Make sure you look good while you do it. That's the game basically. But nowadays, we have so many games where, and don't misunderstand me. I love games that have deeper meaning and all that type of shit too. I know, right? Don't call me Danny. And one of them's always in the shower poking their head out for whatever reason. But there's lens flares, so why would you do that to me? Oh, take your time, Savage. You know what's surprising about DMC5? What's surprising about it is actually the story is one of the best thing about DMC5, in my opinion, anyway. You know, DMC has never been a series that's renowned for its story, its in-game story. You know, usually pretty sloppy, and usually it's just an excuse to kill stuff. But three had always had the best story because of you know, the Shakespearean type of play. Damn near, it's basically the third game is basically a play. It's like a Shakespearean play between a small cast of characters, and it worked really well. You know, besides from that, all the other DMC, like their story, just whatever. But if you play through all of them, you actually will appreciate the story of Devil May Cry 5 a lot. What's up, big kid? Yeah, man. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just saying, as a fan of that game, I understand why I'm a fan of that game. I'm not looking for like Schindler's List or The Godfather when I'm playing this. This game is like, if I can relate it to a movie, it's like Weekend at Bernie's. You know, just fun ridiculousness. You know, which is weird. It's about a dead guy, but still, just a fun, ridiculous game. Just like Weekend at Bernie's, it's just a fun, ridiculous movie. What's up, Jemiah? Oh, shouting out podcast ass motherfucker. I didn't even feel like doing one tonight. I was like still taking a nap and shit. I woke up at like 8:20, like shit. I gotta do this motherfucking podcast. I gotta do this motherfucking podcast. They shouted me out all day earlier today, I guess. Can't just like have them do that and then not show up. Like, fuck it, I ain't doing one tonight. And I was there for, you know what I'm saying, when they was doing it. I can't act like, but yeah, man. I'm using Devil May Cry 5 and Sekiro as like jump off points to what I'm talking about. Because Sekiro, I don't know how good the story will be in Sekiro. All I know is the combat's gonna be really intense. Realistically, that's to be honest with you, that's all I really know about Sekiro. Is that the combat's gonna be insane. The stealth in it, because it's, you know, it's somewhat of a Tenchu, right? It's basically a Tenchu with a whole bunch of other shit in it. So there's a lot of stealth in it, and the combat's insane. I know I know the basic principle of the story. You know, you're like a ninja that worked for one of the lords in Japan. The young lord got kidnapped. Now you got to go save the motherfucker. And realistically, that's basically what I know. I know some other things, but that's all I know, right? Whether the story is going to be like crazy heavy or anything like that, I don't know. I mean, it is from software; it's very possible. But Sekiro and DMC5, if you think about it, fit in the same genre of game, yet they are nothing the same. They have nothing in common. But they're basically the same genre, right? I don't know if they both would be considered hack and slash. I know Devil May Cry would be hack and slash, but I don't know if you would consider Sekiro a hack and slash. But they're both action games, you know. But that's the only thing they have in common. And that's why I like video games. You can have Dumb and Dumber, and you can also have Schindler's List, and you can appreciate both. You can appreciate both. And by the way, I know when I was playing Devil May Cry, when I was streaming it, and I played it on Devil Hunter mode, I'm like, man, it's easy. Even though I died like a bunch of time at Virgil, that's because I would just refuse to do continues and shit. I just want to do it in one life, you know. And I was like, this game is really easy. Good, and it is. It is much easier compared to previous Devil May Cries. And now I understand why. Now that I played it for like how many days this has been, like a solid week, right? That I've been playing it. I realize now why it's so easy. I didn't think about this before. I should have thought of this before, but I don't know why I didn't think of this. You play as three different motherfucking characters. That means each character have about 1 to 2 missions. They are mainly just tutorial on how to use the motherfucker, and there's 20 missions. 2 of them are boss battles. You know what I mean? 2 of them are just boss battles at the end. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but 2 of them are just boss battles. I'll get to that, Kevin Mac. I'll, I'll get to that. That's what I'm saying. That shit might drag on tonight. I'll get to that. But yeah, man. As of right now, I'm still talking about DMC5. Listen, DMC5, I understand why it's easy. It's because there's 3 different motherfucking characters, all play completely differently, and couple of missions alone are just boss battles. So you're basically playing through. You got to learn each character as you get them, right? I mean, when you first start out with Nero, what the first damn near the first 3 missions are just tutorial on the game in general, and of course Nero. And then you play through, and you play as V, and you play as Dante. You play as 3 different motherfuckers, and each one of them have at least two, like about 2 of their levels are just teaching you how to play. Of course, it'll be easy. They can't make it hard. But now that I'm playing on Dante Must Die mode, that shit's hard as fuck. That shit is hard as fuck. Matter of fact, I think not Devil May Cry mode. Dante Must Die mode in this game is probably harder than a lot of other Dante Must Die modes in other Devil May Cries. Right? Like their hard mode is very hard. Because right now I'm playing through the Dante Must Die mode, and I have to get an S on it. Otherwise, I redo the mission. Right? Dante Must Die mode is the only one where I really need to do that because I really don't think other one matters. If you can get an S rank in Dante Must Die mode, then you're doing shit. And realistically, it's actually not that hard to get an S rank on Dante Must Die mode. The only reason why you wouldn't be able to is because you die before you reach there, or your combos is garbage. Because in Dante Must Die mode, they live longer. The enemies just have a longer lifespan. They take way more hits, so it's easier to reach a higher level of stylish points because they don't die so easily. But on the trade-off, I think with the amount of health that I have, I haven't found all the secret missions and all that stuff to get the full 2 bar of health. I got a little bit more than a bar and a half of health, right? And I think if I take a solid 3 to 4 hits from regular enemies, I die. So just getting through it, you know what I mean? Just getting through Dante Must Die mode is insane. Let alone get it in S rank. But that's what I'm doing. That's why it's taking me so long. I'm on like the 5th or 6th mission. I forgot which one it was. It's after you play V for the first time, right? Right there with Nero again. And I can't like continue on until I get an S rank on that level. And the reason why it's taking me so long is because I'm Garbo at V. I'm not saying his gameplay is bad. It's actually not bad. The more I play it, the more I understand it, and the more I actually start to like it. The only issue is I am culo at it. I am ass at that motherfucking character. You know what I mean? It's just my brain isn't built to, you know, my brain isn't built to like, I guess, pay attention to that many shit at the same time. I gotta pay attention to a bird, a cat, and an emo dude. I mean, I gotta make sure this emo dude doesn't get hit. I gotta make sure the bird's on point with his attack, and gotta make sure this cat is on point with his attack. You, you feel me? Like it's just Jesus. I'm just not good at it. I'm not saying that it's trash. It's not. It's actually very fun. The more I learn, the more I get better with him. The cooler he becomes to me. It's just I'm just not a fan of. Not a fan. Not that I'm not a fan of it. It's just I'm having a hard time figuring out how to use him properly, because you can mash out, you can accidentally mash out some triple S combos with V. Actually, he's actually pretty easy to get triple S combos with. You can actually just mash them out. You don't even have to try to use click random triangle and square buttons and hold one or the other and throw in some random directional inputs here and there. You'll get to triple S. It's actually easy to get to triple S with dude, but I want to get good enough to where I do it on purpose. You feel me? Because when I get to triple S with Nero and Dante, I did that shit on purpose. I know exactly what I did to get there. I know what combo to link to. I know how to do all that stuff. You know what I mean? I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to do that with V yet, and that's why it took me a long time to get there. But now I get it. Now I get why it's so easy. So I can't even fault it for that. You're playing as three different characters. You gotta imagine how hard it is to learn these three motherfuckers. Even like a seasoned Devil May Cry player is had like wouldn't be able to do that quickly. There's just so much stuff between each character to learn. So I can't even fault it for that. But I like this Devil May Cry so much. I don't think I'm gonna stop playing anytime soon. And this is not like me rubbing in the whole you know one and done thing to into the faces of motherfuckers who be saying that type of shit. No, it's not. It's not about that. I just love this motherfucking game. I could play it for like years and not get bored of it. That's cool, JK. I appreciate you coming through though, man. I'm gonna speak about that too, old dog. I ain't gonna front. I have to say some shit about it, but I'll save that until the end of the podcast, and hopefully it won't drag out too long. I'm expect to be done with this by 10 o'clock. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Fernando? Superior. I created a monster with that word, man. When I was saying superior, I was thinking in my head like that's not. I didn't even think racially. I don't know how like a whole bunch of people thought that when I said that shit, but that shit was hilarious. And I don't think that shit's going away anytime soon. Matter of fact, I'm starting to use it more and more because it's kind of funny. But yeah, man, Devil May Cry, I love that motherfucking game because it's a video game. There's a like this motherfucker just did the Michael Jackson dance routine, and then they just carried on with the plot like nothing happened. Like no one, you like, wait a minute, y'all just see this motherfucker just moonwalk like, you know what I'm saying? He just moonwalk across the fucking demon field. Like, what the fuck is this? No one said shit. No one said shit. They just, yeah, that's what we be doing. All right, that's why I love it so much. And Sekiro is going to be a whole different thing. I'm not even sure how good Sekiro is as far as the story, but I can tell you Sekiro is going to provide me with something that most people say destroyed their. Uh, I get from Sekiro the opposite of what most people get from gaming. No, not most people, just an annoying few. What I mean by that is like you ever heard someone saying a game is so difficult that it takes them out of the game, like it's not enjoyable. Like it takes the experience away from you, you know. And Sekiro, the way I see it is the experience is the challenge. And I say that with most games. Yo, wow, and it's wrong with that shit. Yeah. Oh, playable Virgil is coming. You're right. No, playable Virgil is coming. Virgil's too big of a character to not. Virgil, Lady, and Trish will be playable. I hope they work on Lady's gameplay because I like playing as Lady in the special edition, the fourth one, but I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Her moveset was just, I guess, a little too small, especially for someone that has like a multifaceted weapon. You know, she has a grenade launcher built with. I think she has a machine gun built into Killian Ann too, right? Like she has like all kinds of shit in that one gun. It's fucking dope. But yeah, man, you'll be able to play as Virgil. You'll be able to play as Virgil, Trish, and Lady. I'm sure of it. Probably right around Bloody Palace comes out, which I will be streaming. That's why I gotta make sure I get good because I don't want to embarrass myself dying early as fucking. And, I don't know if I can finish it. I've never actually ran Bloody Palace on fucking DMC5. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish it. I'll stream it until I die, I guess. Stream till I die. Bloody Palace. Oh yeah, it's already been confirmed, Kevin Mack. It's confirmed that they have DLC coming and shit. But I love that game just for that. But Sekiro is gonna be just that joy of just finally beating a boss. You know what I mean? Just finally beating a boss. And I mean, I post my gameplay online. I decided to like only post the games that I like playing because I'm not gonna play a game that I don't like. That's just never gonna happen. You could call me you could say that, real gamers buy all console and they play games before they start talking shit about it. No. If you feel that way, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not one of those type of motherfuckers. I will not buy a game if I don't think I'm gonna like it. It's up to it's up to them to convince me to want to play this game. If I see something in the game that I want to play, I'll pick it up. And if I hated it, then it's just on me. You know what I mean? That's just on me for picking that motherfucking game. But you're not gonna sway me as far as whether a game is good or not. That's up to me to decide. It's up to me to decide what kind of impact the game have on me. You know what I mean? All that shit. I'm not letting anybody tell me that shit. And that's what I was saying. Like you bring up ad hominems, and what ad hominems basically is how do I put it? Ad hominem is basically like you don't actually speak about what we speaking about. You just come in, say some wild bullshit, like just say some insults, just to not even talk about the subject itself. You know what I mean? I like the game for what it is. DMC, I like the series because of how ridiculous it is. Maybe some people just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Maybe some people just don't understand it. But Sekiro, on the other hand, I like it because I know they say it's challenging, and I can't wait for that shit. The shit's challenging. Like how does a game that challenge you ruin your experience? The challenge is the experience. You know how good it feels to beat a boss on Bloodborne? You know how good it feel when I beat goddamn what is his name? The first boss in Bloodborne? The the really sad fucking hunter. His name starts with a G. I can't pronounce it really well, so is it Garen or something like that? You know how good it feels to finally beat that motherfucker for the first time? Just trying to like understand where to when and how to dodge and attack and all that shit to finally beat this motherfucker. Do you know how good that shit feels? That's gonna be Sekiro. And it's very different from Devil May Cry because Devil May Cry, even when it's hard, it's still not hard. The Devil May Cry, the whole point of it is the style. Because realistically, you can just press square and triangle, repeatedly over and over, just randomly mash those buttons and you'll get through the game. You'll get through the game, but you won't appreciate the game on the level that they wanted you to. The devs wanted you to appreciate this game on a certain level that you didn't get to. I'm not saying you didn't enjoy the game. I mean, you played through it and you liked it. You liked it, right? But if you didn't play the game how it was meant to be played, then you're missing out on a lot of shit, right? The whole point of Devil May Cry is not to get through the game. Getting through the game is nothing. Just press square and triangle. Shoot and stab, right? You'll get through it. But that's not why you play Devil May Cry. Triple S is why you play Devil May Cry. That's the only reason to play it, really. The reason why the characters in that game is so over the top and ridiculous is because that's what you need to get to. You need to get to that level of over the top ridiculousness with your combos. That's why Dante does that shit in his fucking cutscenes. The combos that he does is fucking ridiculous. That's what you're supposed to mimic, right? And Sekiro is different. Sekiro is like, it's a gauntlet that you have to go through, right? And to finally beat Sekiro is gonna be something else. And just like Sek was saying, I will also stream Sekiro, and I can't wait to see the fail compilation. My fail compilation in Sekiro. There's gonna be a whole lot. I feel like that last boss, that Virgil fight, it's gonna be y'all just gonna be seeing that like throughout the whole game. Y'all just gonna see me get murdered repeatedly. Oh, you already know, Sick. That's why I had to. That's why I had to like just run Devil May Cry for like as long as I can until Sekiro come out. Because I don't know if I'm gonna have my fill of Devil May Cry yet when it does come out, and it come out in like what 5 days, like 4 or 5 days, matter of fact. But I want to talk about Play Anywhere. This Microsoft thing, Play Anywhere, right? Remote play and Play Anywhere is two very different things. And I'm sure we established that already. People who don't understand that are people who just don't want to understand that. But Play Anywhere. First and foremost, we have to ask why Play Anywhere. Why Play Anywhere? You know what I mean? Because here's the thing with Play Anywhere. If you play anywhere on any device, then what kind of games are you playing? Like, what kind of games are you playing that you're playing anywhere? Some games you can't just play anywhere. There's a time and place. There's a time and place. You're sitting on the bus playing like a very epic game, like a God of War type of game, you know, super epic, high level game on a screen, on a tiny ass little phone screen. That's what you want. Such a flip. I mean, exactly, Kevin Smack. The only reason why we have this Play Anywhere is because people aren't playing where it is now. You're just not you're not getting the game now. So they need to put it everywhere so there's more opportunity for them to sell it. You know how many people there are on the planet? Each one of them can be a gamer. Minus the people who just live in the impoverished area that just can't be a gamer because the world they live in won't allow them to, you know. They don't have that luxury. They live out in the middle of nowhere, barely have electricity, let alone video games and shit. Yes, you know. But there's a large amount of people out there that can play video game whenever they want to. They just don't because they're not gamers. And just because you are able to give them the ability to make games even more accessible to them doesn't mean they'll play them. You know what I mean? Do you feel me? Do you follow what I'm saying? Do you follow what I'm saying? Just because you give someone the ability to and give them the avenue to play video games doesn't mean they'll do it. It's just not for them. My girl doesn't play video games, and to be honest with y'all, I don't. She doesn't watch this shit, so I can tell y'all it don't fucking matter. I don't know if she's gonna stay my girlfriend for long. It's not because she don't play video games. It's just she be on some shit sometimes. You know what I mean? But she doesn't play, and I do. I play a lot of video games, and I'm sure y'all know that, right? I play video games. She doesn't, and just because she with me doesn't mean she will play it. She ain't gonna play it. She doesn't find any amusement in this shit. You know, she don't find no amusement in this shit at all. So she not gonna play it. And just because you make it easier for her to play it, don't mean. I mean, she play like little phone games from time to time because she ain't got shit else to do. But she ain't about that life, you know. And this whole 2 billion gamers and yada yada yada. Dog, nothing is stopping those 2 billion people from buying an Xbox or a PlayStation or anything like that. Nothing is stopping them. They're just not doing it. It's like me. There's nothing to stop me from buying an Xbox. It's readily available to me. There's a Walmart 5 minutes away from me. I could cop that right now. They're open 24/7. I can wait until midnight tonight and buy like 5 Xboxes if I want to. You know, I'm just not doing it. I just don't have the want or the need to do it. I don't need to do it because I have a PlayStation. I don't have a want for it because there's nothing on there that I want to play. And that's just the way it is. And no matter how much easier you make it to where people can get that shit, then it's still not gonna do it. What was that saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And in that scenario, that's actually good for the horse, right? And of course, in that scenario, I am the horse, the pony, if you rather, right? I would be that pony that you would need to lead to the lake and drink it. But I'm an odd pony. I only drink Sprite. Motherfucker, fuck this lake water. You know? Like I'm just not one of them motherfuckers that would just drink. I just don't wanna. I don't wanna, sir. It's not good. I don't like it. I just don't wanna drink. And no matter how much you drag my ass towards this lake, I'm not doing it. Right? I'm just not doing it. It's just not something I want to do. So just because you're able to reach them, will they get there? And is it that what you want? Is that what you really want? So the other night, right? What's up, LA? The other night, people was telling me something on my in like private chat, and Twitter and shit. Round table, we got our own shit, so we just like kick it. We talk, we just geeking out on animes and all this other shit with each other. And then Fatal, I'm sure y'all know Fatal Mephisto, right? Oink Daddy himself. You know what I mean? He was telling me that he was a nerd, a geek, way before it was popular. He was talking about like way back in the day when it's not cool to be that, right? He was already rocking with all of that shit. People like him is why gaming is what it is today. People who held that torch. You know what I mean? People who held that torch. People who like fuck it. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, man. I love this shit. I'm gaming. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Those are the people that got gaming to where it is now. And it's huge right now. It's the biggest fucking entertainment industry there is. It makes more money than any other form of entertainment. It's huge, right? They got dudes like him to thank for it. Because without dudes like him, there's not even there's no way gaming would be the way it is right now. Just like me. I mean, when I was like coming out of high school, motherfuckers look at me weird, like, yo, you still play video games, motherfucker? And I'm like, why can't I? I love video games. Matter of fact, in my opinion, I think video games is the highest level of entertainment that you can get. It combines all forms of other entertainment, theater and cinematography and storytelling and all that stuff. Damn, I'm saying like it's due to motherfuckers like us, the people who play games forever and unapologetically play games. Some people like play video games and they act like they don't like it. They just do that in the confine of their own home and don't act like they play games or don't even know what y'all talking about when you talking about games and shit. But people like Fatal. who are unapologetic about being a gamer that got gaming to where it is now. And this play anywhere shit is just to reach a wider mass audience that doesn't give a fuck. They're reaching out to people that are the opposite of fatal, the opposite of sick, the opposite of me, right? Instead of like, and Thrash mentioned this earlier, right? There's like, if something is worth value, it wouldn't be everywhere. It would be very secluded. And anything that's worth anything is not as easy to get, right? And what I mean by that is a true achievement, a real life achievement is graduating with a master degree. I don't have one, you know, but that's a true achievement. That's the life achievement, and it's not easy. It is not easy to go to school 8 plus, more years after you graduated high school and actually be dedicated, right? It requires a lot. It requires a lot for you to, be that dedicated to get that out of there. That's a true achievement. There's like achievement and trophies in gaming. I don't really care for them because a lot of times I make up my own like certain things in gaming. Like even, for instance, let's say this. I don't know if there is something that you would get. I don't know if there's a trophy or anything you would get if you beat Dante Must Die mode with S rank on every level, right? On every mission. I'm just telling myself that I need to do that. That's all it really is. I don't know if I get anything out of it or anything like that. It's just that's what's entertaining to me. I beat Devil May Cry 4 times already. I have not beat it in the hardest, like in Dante Must Die mode though. But I'm telling myself I'm not gonna continue on to the next mission until I actually get an S on the mission I'm playing, and that's just what I put on myself. Right? You're putting a game out there hoping it would just stick. That's basically what you're doing. You're just throwing it out to a mass audience and hope some of them stick. Instead of saying, you know what, there's dudes who really want to play games that are willing to pay for it. If you don't charge people, you don't feel confident enough in what you're charging for. And you just put it everywhere. Games should be readily simple to get, right? You can go anywhere and buy a system. You know what I mean? What's up, bro? Devil May Cry is a very short game, matter of fact. See? It's a short ass game. And it's a one and done. It's about 11, 12 hours long. And once you play it through it once, you will know the whole story. You wouldn't need to replay it to know the story again. But my honeymoon phase with a Devil May Cry game that's actually good, is 2 I left alone. I didn't even finish it the first time I played. I had to like come back and force myself to finish it just to know more about Devil May Cry, which nothing happened worth knowing in that game. I could have skipped it altogether and it wouldn't even matter. But usually a honeymoon phase with a game for me that's like Devil May Cry type of game, it's like damn near half a year. I was just constantly play it. I just want to. I just want to be able to, if I like show up with a group of enemies, I'm gonna leave there with triple S. That's just the way I feel. But for you to put your games anywhere, you're just expecting it to stick. You're just hoping it sticks because there's 2 billion people out there that you think are possibly you can actually get, right? And it's very possible that they'll actually gain some momentum, some success. But that's very unhealthy. That's very unhealthy for the industry because reaching out to those people, you might be successful a very short period of time, but it'll become like a very big fad. Just like, battle royale games. Battle royale games has realistically been out for only roughly a year, right? I mean, its lineage been longer than that. There's been battle royale games, right? But recently, it's only been popular for about a year, probably a year and a half at the most. and one die, another Texas place, and one die, another Texas place. Within 1 year already, a year and a half, how many battle royale games came come and go? You know why? Because battle royale is a fad. The reason why there's so many people playing it is because it's a very simple, straightforward, you know, setup. You populate in this map, there's a whole bunch of y'all, and you kill each other until there's only one of you. Anyone can get that idea. Anyone can hop on. Anyone can start playing, and they do because it's a fad. All it really takes is that one popular kid at school. I don't know if that's how school works anymore. Because when I was a kid, that's how it happens. Just that one kid that's popular at school, he's like, "Hey, I'm playing PUBG," and then the next week, everyone is playing PUBG. But they only play it because it's popular, because it's out there, and then it goes away. What's up, Fred? And then it goes away, just like that. That it happens to a bunch of my hobbies. I used to love tuning cars, and I still do. I love tuning cars. Tuner cars are really fun to fuck with. Like you buy like a $2,000-3,000 four banger, work on it, get it up to like a crazy, get it up to a crazy level of horsepower, and just rock that motherfucker for a year or so, and then you sell it back. You know, and you know what happened once that became popular? Once tuning cars like street cars become popular, it made the it made the culture not as exciting. It made the culture less appealing. And of course, once the fad is over, to people who love that shit, to people who have a passion for that shit, it's not a fad and it's never over. But there's because you brought in people who really didn't get into it for the right reason. They got into it mainly because it's popular. It's a fad to them and it goes away. And then what? And then you're left with the people who no longer find this as fun as it used to be because you fucked up their culture. They used to love this shit. And you actually made it worse because you try to bring that towards an audience that doesn't really care for it. You're basically just capitalizing on how popular it is. And that's where Play Anywhere is. You're just hoping it sticks. And I don't really think it will. Because there's nothing to stop people from playing God of War. You can buy a system and play it anytime. If you haven't, it's probably because you just don't have no need or want for it. But if you're a gamer, you have a need and want to play games, right? I've been playing video games for a very long time. Since I was since I was about 8 years old, I've been playing video games. You know, the first time, like, if a person was born on the same day that I started gaming, they're old enough to have children. As a matter of fact, they probably do have children. They'll be in their like 20s. That's how long I've been gaming, and I haven't gotten bored of it because it's just what I like. It's just what I like. I'll never get bored of it unless you keep fucking it up to where you're making it not worth the trouble. And that gets me to my last thing for the night. And I'm doing this for the love of gaming, by the way. And of course, y'all know recently some shit went down between the homies and a couple of people on YouTube. I'm talking about Foxy. Y'all think I'm not gonna say his name? No, I'm saying his name. I'm talking about Foxy. I was just trying to get shit out the way, right? I'm sure most of y'all, know of, or either seen it yourself or know of or heard what happened, right, between Foxy and Sick on the RGT, right, on RGT. Let me tell you something. Me personally, I have not watched the full thing because I can't do it. It's kind of like telling me to play a game I don't like. I can't do it, right? I can't do it. I can't act like I'm, sub to people I don't like. I don't watch stuff I don't like. I just can't do it. It just, you know, it just makes me weary. I just don't, you know. I just don't want to do it. It's exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. I don't want to do it. But I'm doing this for the love of gaming. And what I mean by that is, look, I of course do have a bias because Six the homie and fuck Foxy, right? And it's not fuck Foxy because I hate him personally. I don't really know him personally like that, you know. It's fuck Foxy because I used to be sub to him a long time ago, like a year ago. I used to be sub to him. And this is just from what I noticed. Is when I listen to his podcast, right? I want to hear the entire podcast. I want to hear the members of your podcast speak. And when I watch his podcast, feel like I just listen to him speak. He cuts everyone off. And so after a while, I'm like, bro, if you cut someone off, say something worthwhile. Don't just cut someone off to ramble about some shit that doesn't matter. So after a while, I stopped listening to the dude. I unsubbed. And you know, I didn't tell people, fuck Foxy, this dude sucks, he's boring, yada yada yada, right? I just unsubbed and I just left it alone. But the thing with this guy is what Six said about him, I feel about him and Ryan, but this is not about Ryan. I think I feel the same way about Ryan as Sick does about Foxy and about Foxy himself, but this is not about Ryan. I just want to make that clear, just so when somebody hear me say some wild shit about him, don't act like it's out the blue, motherfucker. I meant that shit, right? I meant every word. But with Foxy, right? The one thing that bothers me, and you and Kevin Mack, I don't know if you're still here, but you can't tell me he didn't say this part because I listened to this part. I only am going to speak about the things that I've listened to on that podcast because I listened to the one that Overdone posted. And I just couldn't get through it. And of course, Sick played it again on his shit, so I am for sure that I'm not tripping. When you say it's just gaming, and you are a motherfucker on YouTube with a YouTube channel dedicated to gaming, it's a fucking problem. And that's what I mean. This is for the love of gaming. It's a fucking problem. You have a channel dedicated to gaming. I would assume the reason why is because you have enough passion in gaming to speak about it on a regular basis. On a regular basis. I don't know his schedule or nothing like that. I just know that he has a channel, right? He makes videos. How often? I don't know. I don't know how often, but I know you have a channel. And I'm assuming it has to be like a video a week at least or a podcast a week at least, right? For you to dedicate that much time, that much effort into something that you clearly do not care about because you're like, it's just video games. What's the problem? What's the big deal? Y'all felt that silent? Because when I heard that, I'm like, what? Motherfucker, what do you mean? What, we're gamers. We have gaming channels. Some of us have bigger channels than others. You know what I mean? Some of us have bigger channels than others. But it's even more wild to hear a motherfucker with a channel that big say some shit like that. And he doesn't have a crazy big channel. But most of us, most of us are smaller channels. 2, 3, 4, 5,000 subs, yada yada yada, right? What do you mean, Kevin Mack? How so? What did I bastardize? I'm speaking about it right now, and what I have to say is I didn't speak. I didn't see the whole thing because I just don't wanna. And I can't say that the homies didn't watch it or did watch it. Now, Diver said that he was there live. He was there, like literally there. Him and Ian was the first people to tell me about it while it was still going live. So did they not see it if they was there? And I watched what I want to watch from the one that Overdone posted back up. I just didn't watch the whole thing, and I'll admit to it. I don't want to. The only thing that I want to talk about from that whole thing, because it's realistically, to be honest with you, still between Sick and Foxy. What? I turned into a panel. The panel is lying and nobody heard the podcast. What do you? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Kevin Mack. Are you saying that the part that I heard wasn't real, or what the homie's saying wasn't real? I'm not sure I understand, Kevin Mack. What's up, Arian? This is all I'm saying about the situation, right? Because this is between Sick and Foxy and Ryan and maybe also Thrash. Really. This has nothing to do with me because, it's not like my name is mentioned or a round table was mentioned. None of that stuff. This is between Sick and Fox. The only problem that I have with this whole situation is what he said about gaming. You know. Well, the whole monkey, moppet, donkey, whatever it is, that's really not even about the conversation because whether he said that part or not, it's about what went down that night. Was you civil or was you not? You know? Kevin Mack, I don't know why, but I have a hard time understanding what you're trying to say. Into the pot. I just listened to the podcast before I came here, and that's what you said. No, I said that the panel told me what they told me. Now, if you're telling me otherwise, you're basically saying that the panel is lying. You're basically saying that Diver is lying, right? Because that's what Diver said. Diver said dude was in his feeling and he's wild as hell, and he heard him say monkey. You know. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not here about that part. I'm here to talk about YouTubers who speak about video games. Yet, when it comes to actually speaking about video game, when they're actually questioned, do you understand? When they're actually questioned about video games, they start saying stuff like, "It's just video games. Why does it matter?" And that part is the part that bothers me. Why are you taking it so seriously? It's just video games. When you're the person with a channel dedicated to gaming, dedicated to gaming. But when you speak about video games, that's the best. Kevin Mack, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I haven't understand you very well for the last 5, 10 minutes. What is it that you're trying to say, Kevin Mack? Just write what you're trying to say. I don't understand what you're saying at all. Are you saying like who's what? I, do you understand what I'm trying to say right now, Kevin Mack? I'm not calling people liars, blah blah blah. How this person treat this other person? Because like I said, this is between them motherfuckers. I don't care much for Foxy or Ryan, but this is not about them motherfuckers. Do you understand? This is not about them directly. This is about what Foxy said. It's about what he represented when he said that. And what he represented was people who aren't really gamers. They just found an avenue to speak because the only time they feel like they can speak freely is when no one challenges them. Because when someone challenges them, shit change. Shit change all of a sudden. All of a sudden, you can no longer challenge them on this and these things. You're not allowed. No, it's not. It's not about drama. Like I said, man, I don't really care about that part. I'm just here to state facts and, of course, my opinion. But when it's my opinion, I make sure it's be known. Like I said, I'm not a fan of these motherfuckers, but that's just me, right? I don't expect someone else to think of these motherfuckers in a certain type of way just because I feel this type of way about them, you know? But some things must be said. If you're out here talking about video games, I would assume you have a passion for it. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing here? Seriously, the fuck are you doing here? You know what I mean? What are you doing here? Why would you build a channel and work on it for years and years and don't have a passion about your hobby? You made a video game channel, but you don't think it's serious enough to like speak about, to debate, to look over. This hobby is expensive. We spend thousands and thousands of dollars yearly on it. Every year we spend thousands of dollars. Should we not have a say in it? And should we not be passionate about it? You know what I mean? Should we not have passion for this shit? Oh, opinions can be worse than others. An opinion can also be incorrect. You don't excuse people saying, "Oh, it's just their opinion." Well, if you want to push your opinion on other people, they will challenge it with their own opinion and their own thought process, their own ideas, and opinions will clash. And when opinions clash, at the end of the day, you either have to shake hands and say, you know what, we're gonna have to agree to disagree, or you're gonna have to figure out which opinion probably coincide better with reality. Do you think you should take the opinion of someone who says it's just gaming? Why are you taking it so serious? Do you think you should take his opinions to heart compared to a motherfucker who's like, because I have a passion for video games, that's why I take it seriously. I don't take myself seriously, but I take gaming seriously. It is not a game. It is not a game. Gaming is not a game, motherfucker. I take it seriously. Okay? I don't take myself seriously. You know what I mean? Nigga, I'm a part of the round table, and each round table member has a PhD in trolling. All right? If you take yourself seriously, you'll never make it on that motherfucker. But we all on that channel take gaming seriously. We'll discuss the fuck out of anything and challenge each one like each other. Because that's how it should be. Because you want to get to the bottom of something, right? When there's a topic, we go in because we need to get to the bottom of it. Whether we're right or not, that's not the point. Well, it is the point. To be right, of course, you would want to be. But to have your own opinion, to stand on your own 2 feet, to not back away when someone challenged what you're thinking or what you're putting out there is because you actually mean this shit. If you have a passion for it, you're not gonna back down from it. And if you're wrong, right? If you're wrong and you could take it on the chin like a man and say, "Fuck, I am wrong. Holy shit, thanks for that. Thanks for that. I've been wrong for the last 3 motherfucking years. I've been saying this shit." Opinions and fact are, of course, two very different things, right? But if there's But if you're gonna say your shit is just opinion, cool, then don't you ever push it on somebody. Like you don't you ever like you know what I mean? If someone disagree with your opinion, they have every right to do so. I'm not here to talk about whether how people handle situations and all this shit. Even though personally, I think it's all fucked how they handle the situation. You know what I mean? And when I say they, I mean Ryan and fucking Foxy. Foxy, of course, way more than Ryan, but I just personally, I'm not a fan of Ryan, so it's whatever with him too. You know what I mean? But I don't think he handled the situation very well at all. That's mighty, it's mighty inferior of him, to be honest. It's mighty inferior of him. But that's not what I'm tripping about because that's just how he acted towards Sick. And Sick's a grown ass man. He can take care of himself. He doesn't need me to like explain shit for him. You know what I mean? What I'm here to talk about is just that one thing that he said, and that was a moment of honesty because I've listened to that part like 4 times just to like run it through my head. What I mean by that is if you if you have a channel for gaming, it has to be like some kind of passion in there for you, right? Isn't there? And if you have passion towards something, when you discuss it, I could tell it in your voice. I could tell it in your voice if you have passion in it or not. And it's real easy. Exactly. When motherfuckers say some shit you don't like, it's drama and they're toxic. You know what I mean? And it's toxic. I kid you not, right? I kid you not. Someone on Twitter, I forgot because I didn't pay attention. There's a lot of kings on Twitter, king this, king that. No disrespect to King Thrash, of course. You know what I'm saying? But there's a whole lot of king whatever on Twitter. And one of these king motherfuckers says some shit like Crackdown 3 was not delayed, they just changed the date to a later time. Someone actually said that. And I couldn't even tell if he was like trolling, like kidding or not. He really meant that shit. He really meant that shit. All right. So when I asked him about it, all of a sudden I'm toxic. I'm not even like saying, what the fuck are you on? Or like this motherfucker stupid. Like, I'm not like not in an insulting way. Right? I just like got on him for that and all of a sudden I'm toxic. But the thing with having a channel but not taking gaming seriously, then you can just say whatever. Then you could just say whatever on your channel. You could just say whatever. And if there's enough people, if you have enough of a following, these motherfuckers just listen to what the fuck you say. They do. They do. Look at Ryan. I'm not insulting Ryan either, but let's be real here. Let's be real here. If Foxy did not have the sub count that he has, Ryan would not act the way he act. Let's be real. You know what I mean? You see that shit? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. If you have a passion for gaming, like me, I have 100 and how many I got right now? 179. This is what I got. Is there even a reason for me to do this shit? You know what I mean? Am I making any money off of this shit? Am I getting clout for this? What am I getting out of 149 subs on YouTube? Why do I show up almost every Sunday to fuck with y'all? The number one answer is we have one thing in common. We have a love for gaming. And when speaking to y'all, it doesn't feel like I'm this dude with a channel and y'all are just motherfuckers that come through and listen to me preach. No, it's because we all game. If I say something suspect, one of y'all would like catch me on it immediately. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, of course it is entertaining, old dog. But entertainment, this type of entertainment anyway, this quote unquote drama, right? It's not healthy for the gaming culture. There's a difference between there's difference that there's drama between two people because you know they hate each other's guts. That's different. But drama that stems from debating gaming, that's not good. That's not good. If you don't take gaming seriously, then you could just say whatever the fuck you want about gaming. You feel me? You love gaming. That's why you're here. I mean, I'm not the smartest motherfucker. Like you're here because we talk gaming, and my channel is probably the smallest channel on the round table, and you guys still show up here. Yeah, no prizes to be had. None of that shit. We do this because we love it. There's really nothing around that. So that's all I'm saying. When the next time you ever get into a gaming conversation with another quote unquote gamer and they say some shit like, dude, it's just gaming. Relax. Just remember. Just remember that whenever you hear that shit, it's just gaming. Just remember that they don't take it that seriously. And what I mean by that is like, like take it seriously. Like, motherfucker, I'll show up at your house if you say Red Dead Redemption 2 is trash. You know what I'm saying? It's Red Dead Redemption 2 is trash, but not that kind of serious. What I mean by that is I take gaming as a culture, as a entertainment platform, as a I don't want to say way of life because that's too much shit. I hate when people do that. Oh, it's the way. It's not just a hobby; it's a way of life. Eat a dick. Yeah, it's not. It's not a way of life. Relax. All right. It's just it's just something I've been growing up doing, and I love it so much. I don't want it to get ruined. That's all it really is for me. I don't want it to go the way of the dinosaurs because motherfuckers don't know how to act. I never realized the responsibilities we have as motherfuckers on here just talking about gaming until that very moment when I heard dude say that. As soon as I heard dude say that, it's a wrap for me. Well, I mean, here's the thing, man. I feel like what Sick is saying is sometimes motherfuckers on social media, on YouTube and all this shit, for some odd reason, once they get to a certain level in the game, once they have like a decent amount of followers, subs, and all that kind of shit, they feel like they could speak to other grown men wildly. You know what I'm saying? They act wild as hell. And the reason why is because they know they can't be touched. I mean, in order for Sick to put hands on dude, like, he can't take a road trip, he has to catch a flight, you feel me? He has to catch a flight to put hands on dude. So you know that's not gonna happen, but because of that, them bold motherfuckers will say some wild shit. And you can't tell me, Kevin Mack, that Foxy was now on some wild shit. I did listen, and the part that I listened, the beginning of it, the part where stuff start to go south, right? The part where shit would start to unravel. Sick was still calm as fuck. He did not throw an insult. What's up, OG? He did not throw an insult. Who was the first person to throw an insult? Kevin Mack, bruh. You can't tell me when I debate someone in gaming and I just stay to the point, to the subject we're just debating. And the person who I'm debating is not staying to the subject and then start saying some wild shit about me, not about the topic, about me. You can't tell me that's not disrespectful. And of course, you can't really do nothing. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, fly over there and smack dude? No, of course not. It's ridiculous. What part of what did he say that's disrespectful, Kevin man? And you know me, like I said, I'm not a sick apologist. You feel me? He's a grown man. He can explain himself. I'm just saying this is what I see when I heard that podcast. I do the part that I busted out laughing is the part where he asked Sick, Why do you have to challenge everything that I say? I busted out laughing. I laughed from like a healthy ass place when I heard that. You know what I mean? I start dying laughing as soon as I heard that when you said, "Why do you keep challenging everything I say?" Start dying laughing. You know why? Because what kind of grown ass man say that to someone else? Motherfuckers, he think what you saying is goofy as fuck. That's why he's challenging it. Why would he challenge it if he think you're correct? Obviously, he think you're wrong. It has nothing to do with you as a person. He's not attacking you directly. He's just saying, "Wait a minute, motherfucker. What do you mean by this?" You know what I mean? That's all it was. He was actually very toned down. You can't tell me like if you saying I didn't see it and that's why I can't catch it. It's whatever. I'm only talking about the part that I seen. I'm not talking about the whole podcast because there's no way. There's no way I can handle the whole thing. I don't even listen to Ryan's podcast, let alone have to deal with that motherfucker and Foxy at the same time. That's too much shit. But I let it be known. It's not that I hate Foxy. It's just I didn't enjoy his content, right? But nothing personal about him. What I have to say about this situation is it reflects really bad on us in general. If we're so easy to break like this, if you're so easy to break in Discord, and I don't mean the app Discord, I mean actual Discord, right? An actual debate. If you're easily broken like this, how can you represent us? How can you? Emotional pleading never helps, and it never worked on me. Emotional pleading is not what you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? When you when you pull those moves, man, people respect you less for it. Now, me, I can straight up say I'm not a fan of dude, right? But if he was right, I can't act like he wasn't right. But he's clearly isn't. And I'm sorry, I don't care whether you have 5 subs, 100 subs, 1,000 subs, 1,000,000 subs. If you ever say that, you're in this for the wrong reason. If you ever say it's just gaming, why are you taking it so seriously? And you have a gaming channel, then it's a wrap. Why the fuck do you even have a channel? Why do this? Why do this at all? That question, by the way, is rhetorical. I know exactly why. But I'm still asking, why do this at all? Hey, I just found out about Superior Royal merch today. I found out like 9 hours ago. Motherfucker stupid. Soldier Boy console. Look, I play games because I like playing games. And it's gaming first, YouTube after. If I have to give up one of the two, I'm giving up YouTube first, way before gaming. Because I have a passion for gaming. I take it seriously. The amount of money I've spent on this motherfucker, of course I take it seriously. Money don't grow on trees, and games don't grow on trees. And when I say games don't grow on trees, what I mean by that is reason why games are exclusives is because motherfuckers spent money. Okay, they spent money. Who's gonna pay for this shit? That's the only thing I want to talk about when it comes. I don't know why there's this, exclusive or anti-consumer shit comes up every few weeks. I really don't understand it. You do not believe in fair market. You don't believe in that shit. You don't believe in capitalism. I was half joking, but I'm not joking when I call motherfuckers a commie, like a bunch of commies for thinking that way. Kind of shit is this? I'm from a communist country. Trust me. Know what I'm talking about when it comes to communistic shit. Mm-mm. Not doing that. Not doing that. Games are not free. These companies have to make a profit, which means fucking exclusivity is necessary. Motherfucking kind of new shit. What kind of dumb shit is this? I can't imagine like people going through lives just believing in whatever. Just no, I mean communism. Socialism and communism, there's certain things in common, but no, I meant communism. I meant communism, not not socialism. You could say socialism too, but I meant that shit. I meant that shit. And here's the last thing I'm gonna say before I get out of here because it's been past an hour. We're all gamers. At least I hope so. At least I hope so. If not, what the fuck are you doing here? My voice is not that sexy. There's no other reason to be here if you're not a gamer. If you're not a gamer, I don't know why you have a channel dedicated to gaming. That's all I'm saying. If you were on here, you represent a decent amount of people. You know that motherfucker that got caught doing some cocaine, and now judgment may not come out. Yada yada yada. You know why it's such a big deal? He's a public figure. He's a Japanese public figure. When he does something real fucked up, and to Japanese people doing some cocaine is real fucked up. He basically represent the entire nation of Japan. You know what I mean? And I said this on the round table, but because it's my own channel, I want to reiterate it. Asian people take that shit very seriously. And the reason why we do is because you represent a whole lot more than yourself. No man is an island. And Asian people take that very seriously. No man is an island. You represent your family, your country, all this other shit, the company you work for, all of that. So when you do something that's fucked up, you catching all of it. You catching the whole brunt of it. And they would tie your ass to weights and throw your ass out to sink because they're not going to sink with you. They will save their face because saving face is very important in Asian cultures. Last thing I want, some other Asian motherfuckers making me look bad. You feel me? And real talk, I feel that way sometimes when I see something on the news or read something about some wild ass Asian motherfuckers that do something stupid out there. I'm like, God damn it, this fucking chink. Hold yourself together, Goop. What the fuck are you doing, man? You making me look bad. And I feel that way about gamers too. When I see another gamer fucked up, I'm like, God damn it, motherfucker, you're making the rest of us look bad. You are one of many of us. You represent us just as much as we represent you. And when you wilding out, you're fucking it up for the rest of us. Foxy is not like he's new to this shit. He's been around way longer than most of us, especially me. Black Asian, Southern Asian, Southeast Asian. But I'm black by choice, not by trend. Sorry. I don't know why that came out, but it seems appropriate. And that's basically it, man. That's what I want to leave on. I want to leave on just y'all remember a few months ago when I said when I had that topic? Well, it has a was it 2 podcasts ago? 2, 3 podcasts ago when I said there's a difference between being a YouTuber and be a gamer. You know what I mean? A gaming YouTuber and a gamer is very different. You don't have to be a gamer to be a gaming YouTuber. I mean, it will make it easier, and usually it will be that, but you don't have to be a gamer to do gaming YouTube. And I hope people can recognize the difference because I could tell you right now, Foxy, he's not a gamer. He does gaming content on YouTube. And this is not a call out. This is fact. This is y'all know it's fact. I'm not calling shit out. Y'all know this. I remember when I used to listen to him. He was going on and on about the Switch because the Switch was new. He's talking up arms like it's the greatest thing in the world. And then he goes to, you know what I mean? You talk up the Switch like it's the greatest thing in the world. And then you talk down it later when there's a reason to talk down about it. I can't even pronounce that word. Australistaltic. I'm not even gonna attempt that shit anymore. Fuck that. Wait, Kevin Mack. Let's not let's not do this shit now. Because I don't ever block motherfuckers. But here's the thing, man. If you really want to go that route, have you listened to a Kevin Mack? Has everything I've said not true? What I said that he said, did he not say those things? Don't do this, Kevin Mack. I don't want to think less of you. Don't do this. If you really want to do this, we can do that. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned, I'm Vietnamese prep, but I probably have some Laotian or Thai in me. I mean, Vietnamese people are just like you know, amalgamation of a bunch of shit, a bunch of different Asian people. But let's not even discuss the things that I think of when I think of Foxy. Let's just discuss what he said on that podcast. Kevin Mack, can you tell me that he did not say those things? The things that I said that he say. Did he not? Did he not say those things? Did he not ask Sick, why do you keep challenging what I say? Did he not say it's just gaming? Why are you taking it so seriously? Did he not say those things? Did he not start insulting Sick before Sick insults him? And I understand things can go wrong. Things can not go wrong. Things can get heated in the moment. Nigga, I'm a part of the round table. Every fucking every fucking episode, somebody's gonna get heated. And that's why the round table is the best. You feel me? But somebody's gonna get heated. At least once every other night on the round table. I understand. I understand that shit can happen. I can understand like conversation can elevate to a certain level if you're passionate about it. But if you're passionate about it and someone else is too, and they're speaking to the subject, and you no longer want to speak about the subject because you just don't want to speak, you rather just go straight to insults, right? That says a lot. That says a lot about what you're saying. What you're saying has never been challenged because you're on a platform where no one else challenges you. And all it takes is just the right one to fuck it all up for you. Just the right one to fuck it all up for you. Because you'll run into one that don't give a fuck how many subs you got. They don't. They don't give a fuck how many subs you got. The only thing they give a fuck about is your gaming knowledge and if what you're saying compute or not. And when you run into a motherfucker like that, you fucked up. You feel me? You fucked up because that motherfucker would catch you. Then they would not trip, and they wouldn't trip either. You know what I mean? And it's not about clout and none of this shit, right? At least I hope not. Anyways, at least I hope not. You know what? You know how you could tell if motherfuckers doing this for sub slash money and clout and all this shit, and motherfuckers who are actually loving games, loving gaming, and love talking about it. You want to know the main difference? The main difference is the motherfucker who loved talking about it would never say some shit like, "It's just gaming, man. Why are you taking it so seriously?" That's all I'm saying. That's the main difference. And when I heard that, I'm like, "Oh shit! How did we let someone like that speak to us, for us about gaming?" And when I say us, I mean motherfuckers that sub to him, that actually agree with them, and all that other shit. That's all I'm saying. Royal Flush, Draco Rex, Asian Gambit, thank you for coming through. I just want to say, fuck Foxy, do better. Fuck Ryan, you need to do better. But it's not about you this time. I just feel like saying fuck Ryan. You know what I mean? Fuck Ryan by choice, not by trend. Pause. All right. But I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I got nothing left. It's 10:30. I'm gonna go get some chicken, and I'm gonna come back and play more Devil May Cry. And I'll see y'all Tuesday, as long as we, as long as Thrash on time and shit on Tuesday. You know how Tuesday can get. Matter of fact, I might be late on Tuesday too. But I appreciate y'all coming through. And trust me, I mean every word. If you don't feel like what I'm saying is real and you want to challenge me all day, every day, I am down. I always mean what I say and say what I mean. Always. And if I'm wrong, I would admit to it. Not all the time, because I could be douchey from time to time. You feel me? But usually, usually on the most part, when it comes to gaming, especially, if I'm challenged, I will accept. And if I'm wrong, I will accept. It might take some convincing, but I can be convinced that I'm wrong. And if you ever run across a motherfucker who asks you, why do you challenge everything I say? You tell them exactly why. Because what you're saying don't make no fucking sense. It's not computing. Explain the shit. If you want me to take you seriously, mean what you say and say what you mean. Especially if you're not about this crumb size life. If you're about this crumb side life, I can understand. You're just here for the fuck shit. That's all good. But you hold yourself to a certain standard, right? Then you better live up to that standard. Because Round Table will clown you very easily if you don't. But thank you for joining the Superior Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for checking out another edition of The Winning Hand. Once again, Royal Flush, aka Draco Rex, aka the Asian Gambit. And we'll see y'all next time, man. Doses.